Chapter 8 of my book, Living to Finish Well, is entitled Dealing with the Inevitable, which is all about end of life and post-death. And it starts off with this little quote: "The bitterest tears shed over graves are for words left unsaid and deeds left undone." Which is not exactly the most encouraging and cheery sentiment, is it? But sadly, it's all too often true. People find themselves saying, I wish I'd said this, I wish I'd asked that, whatever it can be. And I've been reflecting and thinking about why is it that we seem to find it so difficult to do these things? Why do we find it so difficult to share our hearts? Well, of course, you have to be vulnerable to do this. And we don't find that very, very easy. I'm speaking as a Brit, maybe talking to other Brits, and I think this is something that we're particularly not that good at. And all too easily we go into that stoical, stiff upper lip mode and just get on with it and push through. The subtitle of that chapter in my book is Finding Treasure in Unexpected Places. And it is true. You know, we're pretty good at celebrating milestones in our lives, aren't we? Whether it's exam results, career progression, weddings, births, especially births. That's the really big, exciting one. And I've often thought it must be an incredible joy and privilege to be present when a baby's born, to be there when a new life comes into the world. But I also believe it's just as much a privilege and an honour, and amazingly can be a joy to journey with someone at the other end of life. We often shy away from it because it's all too emotional. Now, when was the last time you gave yourself a hard time because you'd had a good laugh with somebody? It's wonderful, isn't it? Remembering things or something's happening at that moment, whatever it is, that you find yourselves absolutely in paroxysms of laughter. And it does you good, it makes you feel good, and it is so contagious. And it knits a bond. Well, do you know what? Crying is just the same. Crying is an honest, good emotion. And it brings healing. It brings release. And yet we fight it so often. So I want to encourage you to take courage and to start thinking about these things now. Get my book, read chapter 8. If you've got my book already, get it out from wherever you've got it hidden, under the bed, wherever, and read it and start thinking about these things. Because you see, Living to Finish Well isn't just a book, it's also a lifestyle. So the even better news is that you can start living in this way now. You can start living in a way where we have conversations, where we tell each other we love each other, where we are making amazing memories, where we are being vulnerable, transparent, where we really are sharing deep to deep. And the wonderful extra perk, if you like, from that is that if sadly somebody you love dies very suddenly, you know that you've said all the things that you want to say to them. So take courage, be brave, think about it, start talking. You'll be blessed.